continually amazed that the western snowy plover has managed to survive on our beaches with all the development, the people, the dogs, the horses. There's this tiny bird scurrying around. And when I first moved to California, I went out to a beach in Morro Bay wanting to see some western snowy plovers. It was a pretty rocky beach, and I thought, this isn't really the right habitat, so I started to walk away, and about 50 rocks stood up and ran away. And if I couldn't even see the snowy plovers that were there camouflaged in the winter, how are other people going to know that they're on these beaches? One of the snowy plover's great life history strategies was to blend their eggs in with their surroundings so that they don't get predated. So they nest on the beach, and their eggs are very well camouflaged in the sand, in some rocks. They sometimes decorate their nest, which is really just a scrape in the sand with a few shells, but you can barely see their nest. And that's a great strategy to keep predators away from your nest. But when you introduce huge numbers of people onto the beach, that becomes a problem, because people, dogs, horses, you name it, they can't see those nests. So what really worked for the snowy plover for a long time is one of the biggest problems now, and it's one of the reasons you actually have to rope off the areas where they're nesting. There's about 1,600 western snowy plovers on the Pacific in Washington, Oregon, and California. Most of them are in California, and it's amazing how many different groups are working to protect what's left of these birds in their habitat. We've got Audubon chapters, at least 12 Audubon chapters working to protect these birds. State parks, particularly in California, does a lot of work for western snowy plovers. U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, the Department of Defense, especially in Southern California, manages a lot of property.